Hey guys, Pony here. It's been a couple days. Real Time Arena, aka PvP, with the player pass has been in game now. We've had a couple days to play it. I've held off on putting a video out about it because I wanted to get more of an idea about it before I just threw information out to say, let's get information out. Real Time Arena has not been a fan favorite so far. A lot of matchmaking problems, a lot of extremely high versus extremely low matchmaking, which has been very unfair for a lot of players, myself included. Even when you take a 400,000 team and you're running into 600,000 teams, you're trying to do your daily milestones and you're running into people. Now, this could be two aspects. This could be the fact that it is matchmaking is just messed up and it is basing off of your total TCP versus the team you're playing, which is probably what it is. Why is that happening? Because somebody else might be just going the 225, the 350, and the 550 knockout rewards to get through their event while you're trying to do the dailies of using characters that are maybe not as strong. Now, is this something wrong with this system? Yes and no. Nobody's making you take your low players in to do your daily missions while somebody else is doing their knockout reward missions. The knockout reward missions are worth more points. It's also going to help you get to level 100 quicker. So you're going to have to decide, do your dailies or just do the knockouts. Now we're going to look at some math numbers and we're going to see what way is the quickest and most efficient way to get through the event. During this video, we're going to discuss how I think we should get through the event the easiest, getting all of our milestones to the 100. Is it worth buying the battle pass? Is it worth buying the extra levels of the battle pass? What type of rewards can you earn from both the free level battle pass and the buying of the battle pass? Is it worth the $20? We're going to discuss the good, the time frames that it takes to get through the events on a daily basis and on an estimated monthly basis to get these rewards. Then we're also going to look at what are the issues the people tend to have the biggest problems with. And we're going to look on changes I see that Scopely can do to make their bottom line better while giving also the player base a better feeling of the node, of the event, and making them feel more in tune to the game and more willing to play it with less complaints. As I said, the Battle Pass was introduced a couple days ago. We found out that we need to do 100 levels at 250 points per level. Now that equals up to 25,000 points. Pretty easy. 100 times 250 is 25,000. During the daily events, which we get 28 daily events every day, and right now they're taking anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes to do based on your TCP and based on which characters you have to use for that event. You might get a character that you don't have very high power on, and it might take you more. Now, there's a problem with the way they use the characters. The characters have to be based off of 30 moves, but it does not seem like the basic attack is considered a move. Now, I think this is a problem. A basic attack is a move, and it should be counted toward the movements of the character. We use it in real game. Why can't we use it here? Doing the daily events, you can earn up to 450 points a day at 28 days equals 12,600 points. That is a little bit over 50% of the 25,000 rewards that you need. Now, again, this is going to take you anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes a day based on your roster and sometimes the teams that you are fighting against. That's about the length of time it takes to do one rotation of Blitz. So, actually, it's not that big of a time frame to do. Let's call it 30 minutes a day at 28 days. That's 14 hours a month in the game to get 50% of the points. Is that out of line? That might be a little high, but I don't think it's the end of the world. We're usually in the game anyway playing, so doing one event a day like this isn't the worst. They also made a change to the Blitz which has changed blitz rotations down from about 30 to 45 minutes, if not longer, depending on how your rotation is done, down to 3 to 5 minutes, if not less. Quick, efficient, and easy. Is it a perfect system yet? No, but I think it's very close. It's very good. Thank you for the auto sim in the blitz. It's a beautiful aspect to the game. It's making us have to choose teams that are going to work on teams, but not have to do all the actual playing time. And it's eliminating a lot of in-game time. So right now we have 12,600 points out of the 25,000. Now, we also have weekly events. During the weekly events, we earn roughly 5,750 points, 5,750 points a week. Now, at 4 weeks, that is 23,000 points. Adding them both together, we get 35,600 points. That's a good 10,000 plus higher points than what are needed to get the entire event done, which means you can either cut back on some daily events or you can cut back on some weekly events. There's some weekly events that might be a little difficult for some people. There might be some weekly events that are extremely easy. The biggest reward winners, of course, are the knockout events. Doesn't mean you have to win the event. It just means you have to knock out the players. Now, to get the maximum one, you have to knock out 550 characters in the game. You could get this done in 110 wins. An average win takes from loading time to fight to finish about 5 minutes. So you're looking at 550 minutes, which is roughly 9 hours a week to get that done. And that's if you win every match. So 9 hours a week is a lot more than doing the dailies. But you can get the knockouts as you do the dailies. Also, it's nothing that's making you have to sit there and do every knockout in one time. You've got a full week to do it. Most people, I think, are going to stop at the 350 knockouts because the value of going from 350 up to 550 for an extra 200 knockouts really isn't that much. It's only 1,300 more points, which is 5 nodes. Now, 5 nodes in 4 weeks is 20 of the reward nodes. So it might be of value to do. Which is going to be the easiest way to do it? Honestly, the easiest way to do it is going to be doing the knockouts. It's going to take you a little bit longer. But you take your strongest PvP team, you go in there, you do the fights, you get the knockouts. Now, maybe you take 4 of your strongest characters, and while you're doing your daily event, you throw in your 1 week character. Now, hopefully your opponent realizes what you're doing, realizes why you have, as most people are putting into this event right now, Black Order, but you have Black Order with Night Nurse. They realize that you're actually trying to get some usage points on your Night Nurse, and they'll let your Night Nurse live for a little while. Let her get a couple moves in. Not everyone's going to do that. I tend to do that. If I see a team that has a weird combination, I figure you're using them for the event, and I attempt to not attack them. You try to be nice to your opponent at the same time. You're both trying to get the same aspect done. Rewards. There are 2 levels of rewards. You have the free pass. Here's all the rewards that you're going to get. Then you have the buying playing pass, $19.95, and you get these rewards. The free rewards aren't super impressive. They're not terrible for just doing the event, but they're not really that exciting. Now, this first event, we got Zemo. The Zemo is a wonderful character, good in a lot of nodes, and I think a lot of people don't have him that high yet because there's not really a way to farm them. Hopefully they stay with these type of characters to do these events to bring you in. The other rewards inside the free player pass are not too exciting. There's not very many purple orbs. There's not many gold orbs. There's not very many 14 materials. But at least it's something for just doing the event. The purchasable rewards, now those are quite a bit better. Now, if you're going to pay money into the game, and I'm not saying you have to because you don't. There's a lot of people who play the game for free, and that is completely okay. I give you a thumbs up for that, of not putting the money into the game and using the game for what it is, for a little bit of fun, a little bit of excitement, but you're not as super worried about getting to the super in game. Now, there's a couple free to play players that have extremely good characters, extremely good accounts, and it can be done free to play if you watch your materials. If you usually spend money in the event, the milestone might be worth it for you. I'm going to say the word might because it might not. The reason it may not be suitable for you is A, if you do not like PvP and are not going to do the event every day or get some of your qualifications done, get some of your objectives, your dailies, your weeklies to get to the levels up that you need to get to, the money's not worth spending, even though you get the characters based off of the first 50 shards. Now, the T14, the T15 gear comes in later. It comes in closer to round 100s. So it's going to take you a little bit of time. But if you're not going to PvP, if you're not going to like the event, don't spend the money just to try to get a couple rewards just to spend the money. It's not worth it for you. While talking about that, they also offered for another $20 that you could buy 30 levels based off of where you're currently at. So if you buy it on the first day, you're going to instantly start at level 30. Is this of value? Short answer, no. This is no value for you. It is not hard to get to level 100. You also have 23 days from when the event comes out of the 25 days to decide if you want to buy the player pass and buy the advanced levels. Now, you might find out that down the road, week 4 at level 50, you're behind pace because you've gone slack. Maybe then you have to think about maybe I should buy the additional levels to get done because the rewards are worth it for you. But I highly recommend do not buy the additional 30 levels because you don't really get anything for the value. Now, if they would make some changes to that, which we will discuss about, I think they could make that of value for the player base and for Scopely. So we've discussed a couple of the good aspects. The time frame isn't that much. It's about the time per day, what it takes to do one rotation of Blitz. Not too bad. The rewards aren't terrible, but they could be a little bit better, especially at the later rounds. It is very disappointing to see that level 100 of the player pass is only 5 gold fragments to be able to buy a 6 or 7 red star. Pretty low when it costs you 100 to 150 to get there. That's 20 months of playing this pass to get 1 6 red star, which they just sold for $24.99. That's a pretty poor output for the reward. I'm sorry. That should be a little bit more as an appreciation for the 100. Issues in the event. We've already discussed a little bit about matchmaking. Matchmaking seems to be very difficult. Now, today was a lot better. They did come out with a post that said, which also means that they are working on matchmaking. But I'm sorry, matchmaking should have been addressed before the node was released. How are they going to fix the matchmaking? I don't know. But it was better today. I was getting more matches with at least equal or close to power levels during the events. Now, when I brought in my daily event, I was still getting a lot of big punch-ups. So the matchmaking is not taking into account of that aspect to it yet. But again, as I said earlier, you have to decide which events you're doing. Are you doing the dailies or are you doing the weeklies? Are you going for the knockouts? So you have to put the team in you want to put in, and you might put in a team and somebody else is doing the other aspect. Sorry, it's just how it's going to work. One of the biggest issues that we're seeing, especially what I'm seeing, is people walking away from the fights. People are coming into the matches, and if they don't think they're going to win, and if they don't think they're going to get any points, which this whole thing is about movement sets and winning the matches, doing knockouts, I can understand. But they're leaving the fights. They're looking for a fight that they can come in and win. But the people who are with the lower teams are doing the exact same because they're not going to win, so why are they going to stick around? Now, Scopely is going to work on, according to the little blog note they came out today, where if they leave, they're going to go AI on your team, which means that you're still going to be able to stay in there and fight a computer-generated team using the opponent's team. The AI is going to take over. That's a pretty good fix. That's going to help, but that doesn't solve the problem. The way I see the problem needs to be solved is instead of being able to just quit the match, you have to change that link to a forfeit. If you click the forfeit and walk away from the match, you get a 5 or 10 minute ban that you can't pick another fight while that ban's going on. Maybe it sets up, it costs 50 cores to do another fight until that 5 or 10 minutes is up. It will do a negative impact to the player who is leaving. This will shorten the amount of people that leave the matches because most of them don't want to spend those cores or wait 5 to 10 minutes. This is going to upset some people, but I think this is a very good solution to fixing the problem of people leaving. The people who are going to be upset about it are the people who leave. Now, Scopely is going to have to figure out how to determine whether you abandon the match or get disconnected. Another aspect of the player pass that I think could be very helpful for the community and Scopely. Scopely may not see this at the front part because they're going to think this is a negative to their bottom line. Instead of just for $19.99 to be able to buy the battle pass, why don't you make it 2,000 cores? Why don't you make it about $25 to $30 of what you would normally charge for cores? That way people can use their monthly cores that they earn to buy the battle pass. I'm going to say for free, though it's not for free because instead of farming gear, you're saving your cores to buy the battle pass. You also increase some cores inside the battle pass to help people get there. Now, this might mean that maybe you need to make the battle pass a little tougher. Maybe at level 50, it goes from 250 points a board to 350 points a level to increase. This way, it makes you have to work a little bit harder, but you can get the battle pass for free the next month. Maybe cores is not the solution. Maybe you put a different currency inside the battle pass that can be used to purchase the next month's. I think more people would buy the battle pass knowing that they can earn the free one down the road. Another thing that needs to be looked at in game is the game needs to make sure that you do not get a milestone, either a weekly or a monthly, for a character that you do not have. Now, the blog said they're going to make it so if you don't have the legendary character, but it should be for any character that your account does not have. So guys, what are you actually thinking of the Battle Pass and the arena? I know a lot of people dislike PvP, and this is just another aspect. But with the changes they did with Blitz and the time savings they're doing there, this isn't really adding a lot of time to your gameplay. Actually, I believe it's adding less and you're getting more rewards. You may not be getting as many character rewards unless you buy the premium, but you're still getting roughly 50 character shards of a pretty good character for just doing the event. So put down below what you really think of the Battle Pass after a couple days. What changes do you think could be added to the event? If you could talk to Scopely and say, with these small changes, this would be so much better for us and for you. Everyone, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully it helps you, and it hopefully alleviates some of your stress over this new arena mode. I'm sure we're going to see some works and some changes coming in the very near future to it. Hopefully there'll be some good ones. Down below, put down what you would like to see Scopely make some changes for. What do you like? What do you dislike? And other than that, guys, have a great day. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Let's play some games. Let's have some fun. I love you all. Have a great one. Scooby-Dooby-Doo!